must be an hourglass for everybody in Ennsville. Oops. Whose was it?
Holy crud, this is my best idea ever.
Probably no one special.
Sorry this video took so long, but I finally got my guest tonight. Introduce yourself, Maxwell Adams, the creator of Cartoon Network's Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
I'm Maxwell Adams, the creator of Cartoon Network's Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
Maxwell has agreed to answer the questions you posted in my Uncle Grandpa review. Now, without further ado, question 1 is by the Cartoon Gamer 8000. Where'd the idea for Booby and Mandy come from?
I think it all kind of came from my childhood fascination with monsters and just sort of freaky stuff in the occult.
It seems to be a swirling vortex of pure evil coming out of your floor.
I had done a film in college just called Billy and Mandy. Billy was actually drilling a hole in his head to let his inner demons out. Completely inappropriate for Cartoon Network. I felt like Billy and Mandy were fun characters, but there was something missing, and that turned out to be Grimm, and it just sort of went from there.
Yeah, and now you're our best friend forever!
Fortunately, somebody at Cartoon Network decided that was a good idea. I don't know how it happened, but I'm not going to complain.
Do you still have that college short film?
Yeah, it's actually on film in my closet, and I have no way to watch it, but I should probably get that transferred at some point.
And Sega Man 123 wants to know your favorite Billy and Mandy episode.
I don't know, I have a special place in my heart for Ecto Cooler.
We're not wieners and sissies! We're hops and dandies! And we're gonna kick your butt!
When you're running a show, you don't often have time to do a lot of your own episodes, so that one was just sort of all me, and I just like that it's got Lord Byron in it. It's kind of weird.
Your words will be as 10,000 arrows in his buttocks.
Pat Hazard is curious on how did you get involved with the artist Volturi?
Brains, I'm alive. I'll eat the brains till the zombified.
My friend and I used to go to goth clubs. I thought Voltaire was hilarious, so he ended up having a show out here, and after the show, I just came over and said, hey, I really like your work, and he somehow knew who I was, so we sort of struck up a bit of a friendship over that.
So why does Grimm have a Jamaican accent? Najis 1101 asks.
My original idea was that Grimm was going to be British, and he was going to be sort of like Dr. Smith from Lost in Space.
I shall quell this frightful creature with my cold and unvarying stare.
And we actually had Dr. Smith from Lost in Space come in, and it just didn't feel right. And finally, when Greg Eagles came in, he ended up just sort of sounded sort of Jamaican, and I was like, whoa, do more of that. And eventually, I sort of fell in love with that take on it.
I am the Grim Reaper, man. I possess supernatural powers. It's all here in the Destruction Manual.
In that period, Cartoon Network had shorts bundled within other cartoons. How come Billy and Mandy's counterpart, Evil Con Carne, split into its own series?
My name is Hector Con Carne, and I will one day rule the world!
I think it was better when we split them up. Trying to have two completely different shows with completely different casts is a little rough if you want to do both of them justice. And it just seemed like so much work that we said, well, okay, we'll do one last season of Evil and make it the best we can, and then we'll just continue with Billy and Mandy.
Stephen Horde would like to hear your opinion on the Billy and Mandy video game.
I got together with the game company, and we sort of talked about the games that we liked. And, when Power Stone came up, everyone was like, yeah, I like Power Stone. So, the nature of the show is they're friends, but they're always sort of fighting. So I thought it'd be fun just to have, Billy, Mandy, Grimm beating each other up.
But what kind of sicko would make us fight just for their own amusement?
Yeah, I thought it came out great.
I thought it was one of the best cartoon-to-game adaptations. What about Punch Time Explosion, the Cartoon Network crossover fighter?
Billy and Mandy versus Samurai Jack.
You know what? I got it. They sent me one for PlayStation, and I don't have a PlayStation, so I haven't played it, but I've seen some videos online, and it looked cool.
Dandy269 wonders if there were any adult jokes you weren't allowed to sneak in.
To be continued.
I hope I live!
Don't worry, part 2 will be up a little after Maxwell's Kickstarter project has launched.
Welcome back to the CCF Halloween party, and you're just in time to watch us bob for apples. We're out of apples.
What are we bobbing for?
Onions.
That's disgusting.
Oh yeah, only baboon volunteers.
Coming up next, it's the Powerpuff Girls, followed by a brand new episode of Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Oh,
And again, it's all right here on the Cartoon Fridays Halloween Party.